how should we face the truth? It is not to study it, okay? It is not even to understand the philosophical arguments behind it first. Those things you must do, but not first. What you must first do is to face what God says with humility. Humility. Understand? It's humility first. It's the yielding of our sovereignty, okay, that God wants. The yielding of our sovereignty is what first draws us closer to Him. You can never come to God without humility. And humility, in its strict sense, is not just lip service. It is not an emotional portrayal of your fervency. It is when God's will, and God's truth is put on a weighing scale, together with your emotions, together with what you know, your knowledge, together with the free will. You always like to say free will that we have. The truth of God always have the absolute supremacy. It is given all the legitimacy, all the rightness it deserves. Okay? While my emotions, my knowledge, my will, whatever free will call it, it's relative. It's changing. For instance, I may not be able to understand why certain trials happen to me, especially now. I cannot accept. That's my emotions. But I acknowledge His absolute love for me. And His goodness never depart from me. And He will make it known to me. He will give me enough. He will make it known to me in His time. Now, I may not be adequate to explain to every atheist why God exists. Right? We couldn't. Because there's so much about God that we don't know. But that will not stop me from believing that He existed and God has the answers. I'm not going to be upset about, God, why didn't you help me? Why didn't you give me the answers? Why didn't you give me the wisdom? Why didn't this? Why didn't that? I will not lament over what I could not do or those people that I could not convert. No, not. Because you will do it your way. So we just keep seeking God. Now, you get the idea. Humility is not faulting God over what had happened or not happened. It's really looking to Him as the only standard of truth and goodness. And from there, we ask for mercy and more grace. Lord, give us more grace. Lord, help me overcome my disbelief. Lord, give me the heart to love. I know. You see, we're not going to fault God and say, God, you tell me to love such a creature, that fella don't deserve my love, how could you? You are a God of love. How can that person treat me like that and He still want me to love him or her? You get what I mean? No, it's not faulting God. Because let God be true and every man a liar. There is this part in you. It's the attitude of your heart, the humility. It's the attitude of your heart that puts your heart in sync with God's truth. It is the attitude that touches God's heart. It is the attitude that opens your heart to more grace. So that what you could not understand today, when you open up your heart with humility, you will understand it tomorrow or someday.